Jordi, what made this Dallas Mavericks team hard to slow down, and kind of what were some of your biggest takeaways from tonight's game?
Yeah, I think our offense didn't help our defense. And when you turn it over 19 times for 31 points, and we get 14 points out of their turnovers, if my math is correct, it's 17-point difference, where you don't take a shot, you give them an easier shot, plus the second chance points. Obviously, they were bigger, but we should have fought better. The second half was better, giving 17 second chance points to our 8, so it's another 9-point difference right there. It's where the game is. We should have traded some of those turnovers for threes. We didn't. So that's where our offense can help our defense. I think the guys tried and they kept fighting, and there were sparks here and there, but there was no consistency. So it's hard when you give up 96 points in 3 quarters.
You mentioned those turnovers. Was it anything defensively that they were doing that made it that they were able to disrupt you guys?
No, I think it was a matter of us just taking that extra dribble into the crowd. Obviously, they were, they had a lot of size, and credit to them. Probably have to rewatch it, but probably credit to them, discredit to us, a little bit of both, and we can. 19 turnovers is not good. Again, it's 5 more than what I want, but the nature of the turnover, they're scoring points per possession out of each turnover, so that's definitely not a good sign.
On those turnovers, I think at one point the points off turnovers must have been up to like 19-2 or 20-2. Was it how much of that was missing D'Lo and his playmaking, or how much of and trading live ball turnovers, or how much of that was just not an ability to get back?
Once again, the nature of the turnover. If I give you the ball and you go want to know the other way, it's really hard to guard that one. So once again, I have to watch all of them, but seeing the point per possession that they score out of the turnovers, I'm pretty sure that the nature of those turnovers were not good. So would have D'Lo helped? For sure. He's an elite ball handler and playmaker, and he always puts us in places and so on and so forth. But we didn't have him, and this is not an excuse. So we just have to be better as a group. We've had different lineups out there throughout the whole year, and the guys have done a great job. So, we should have been better.
It seemed like from the majority of the game, it seems like whoever on the Mavs had the ball, they were able to either take 1 or 2 dribbles and get to the rim. Was that more of a breakdown of just, not keeping your man in front of you, or is that just more of guys not helping each other the way that they should within rotations?
Yeah, it's a combination of both. We knew that those guys were good driving team. They put their head down and try to get to the rim, and we did a poor job containing the drive. And yes, it's a one-on-one defense, but it's also the shifts behind, and this is not who we've been. And obviously, we gotta be better.
Thanks. In the first half, especially in the second quarter, Cam Johnson kind of kept you in it, and career high 8 assists. I know he had 6 turnovers, but how rewarding has it been for you as a coach to see his month-over-month improvement as a guy who can play with the ball in his hands, even if it's just, coming off a screen and then making a play?
Yeah, I'm comfortable putting the ball in his hands, and I think we've done it the whole year, and he's done a great job for the group. And in that third quarter, he struggled with turnovers. Like you said, 8-6 is not a good ratio. With an 8, he could have had 4 or less, and but it's completely fine. He's done an amazing job the whole year, whether he had to shoot more threes or put the ball on the floor and get to the rim, or make more, get to the free throw line. So he's been amazing for the group, and I'm happy to see the growth and see him doing things that then in the near future, everybody has seen that he can do.
Hey, Jordi, sorry. I noticed Clax and Day'Ron together They had some good burn in the second quarter. What did you like seeing them together, especially with kind of how they would either both defend the rim or maybe one could contest a shot while the other was there to clean up the rebound after the fact?
Yeah, I mean, it gives us more size. Obviously, we have to match up defensively, but with their big lineup, I thought that made sense. And I definitely trust Daron's ability to shoot. I know Nick made a couple late in the game, but we can still be spaced and spread the floor. And I'm more than happy to play them together. At one point, it was, I think, Noah, Daron, and Nick. So, that works. Having size always helps. That helps you rebound, and having bodies in the paint also helps to protect the rim. So that was good to see.
With 10 games left now after tonight and the playoffs looking more out of reach, does that at all change the way that you approach things in terms of trying new things or trying to get looks at different people in different positions, or not?
The approach is the same, is get 1% better and go out there and compete and fight for the game, no matter who's out there. And I think we've done the whole year. Whether, our main purpose is, like I said, get better and see who's the next net and who's going to be there here for the long run. And obviously we have a job to do and evaluate, and it's good to see all those guys that haven't played as much, like Max, for instance, right? He's done a good job. So, that's going to be our goal, is to keep doing what we're doing and doing it in this way. But obviously those minutes have to be played extremely hard and the right way and competing. So, like we said, whatever lineups we've had out there throughout the year and moving forward, they're going to go out there and fight and compete.